Last week we discussed the life cycle of plants. This week we explore more with life cycles. Today we are going to observe the life cycle of an amphibian known as a frog. These cool creatures call ponds, creeks, streams, rivers their habitat. Their life cycle is amazing, as well as the fact that frogs survive in and out of water. Let's focus on how a frog's life cycle starts. There are four special stages. So, our focus questions today is, do you know how the first stage in a frog's life cycle? Also, what is an amphibian? Let's read about becoming a frog. Stage 1. All frogs begin as eggs. Frogs lay their eggs in spring. Many frogs lay eggs in calm waters like ponds. Frogs lay up to 4,000 eggs at once. Eggs float freely in water. Eggs are covered in a slimy material. It protects the eggs. Stage 2. A frog is in its egg for about 20 days. After the frog hatches, it is called a tadpole. A tadpole lives in water. It breathes through gills. It does not have legs yet. It uses its tail to swim. A tadpole eats algae. It grows and grows. As it grows, it sheds its skin. It also grows front and back legs. It is big enough to eat plants and insects. Stage 3. The froglet has a small tail now. Its legs are growing fast. It can breathe with lungs, but it stays in or near water. Stage 4. Soon the froglet's small tail is gone. Its lungs develop completely. Its legs are full grown too. The frog also has a tongue. It is sticky. The frog uses it to catch its food. Frogs go through big changes. The process can take up to 22 months. Adult frogs will find mates. They start the cycle again. Amazing. All right, so let's talk about those stages again. Remember that the first stage is all frogs begin as eggs. So, just like what we learned with butterflies last week, just like the butterfly, the frog begins as an egg. Stage 2 is the tadpole. Remember that a frog is in its egg for about 20 days, and once the egg hatches, then the tadpole has arrived and it is living in the water. Stage 3 is the froglet. Notice that it is looking more and more like a frog. However, it still has a small tail, and it's staying near the water or in the water. And then stage 4 is an adult frog. Awesome. Let's listen to a song to help us better remember the life cycle of a frog.
Froggy, froggy in the stream, froggy, froggy in the tree. The life cycle just goes on and on. Now listen up to my froggy song. The froggy life cycle goes like this. 4 unique stages of metamorphosis. Stage 1 is a bunch of eggs in a pond. When when they stick all together, they call it egg spawn. Stage 2 is the tadpole hatch from the egg, but you gotta look closely cause he's got no legs. At first this guy is more like a fish, breathing with gills, just watch him swim. Stage 3 is the tadpole with some legs. Then we go to stage 4 where he's a full-fledged adult frog. Check out his web feet, this helps him to swim when he's in the stream. Check out his legs, he's a really good leaper. When it comes to bugs, he's a really good eater. He does not breathe like he did when he was young. Instead, he breathes with a pair of lungs. Froggy, froggy in the stream, froggy, froggy in the tree. The life cycle just goes on and on. Now listen up to my froggy song. The answer everybody wants to know. What is the difference between frogs and toads? Both of them live a double life, sometime on land, but they also might spend time in the water. Just watch them jump in. This double life makes them amphibians. Land is where toads would rather be, but if you're a frog, you prefer the creek. Hey, there's other differences that I spy. Frogs are slimy, toads are dry. A few more facts about these guys. Some use the color as a disguise. That's camouflage. The sound they make you really can't miss. Froggy, froggy in the stream, froggy, froggy in the tree. The life cycle just goes on and on. Now listen up to my froggy song.
Awesome. So remember that we were focusing on the first stage in the life cycle of a frog, and that is a frog starts as an egg, and then remember the egg hatches and the tadpole arrives. Then the tadpole turns into a froglet, and the froglet turns into an adult frog. So also remember that we were talking about the focus word of an amphibian. Amphibians live the first part of their lives in the water and the last part on the land. When they hatch from their eggs, amphibians have gills so that they can breathe in the water. They also have fins to help them swim just like fish. So, tomorrow we will learn more about the metamorphosis of a frog. Stay tuned.